Here you go.
Once upon a time, on Thursday the 1st of December, I had my cereal before watching TV. Later that afternoon, I had my lunch. I had a ham sandwich before I was listening to my French music. Later that afternoon, I went to my drum lesson before getting the bus back to Banner Cross. Later that evening, I got changed and got ready to meet my PA at Waitrose for 6 p.m.
If you go before 5, you probably get there quicker.
Suddenly I got on the bus and met my PA at Waitrose. Suddenly I arrived at Waitrose and we walked to Nutfield's gym. Later that evening we arrived at Nutfield's, we showed our day passes to the receptionist and the receptionist got someone for them to show us around the gym. Suddenly we were shown around the gym and we saw all the facilities that were at Nutfield's. We were told that you could play football and that you could bring your mates and play football with them. Later that evening we went to the changing rooms and put everything in the locker. After we had put our stuff in the locker, we did the machines. After we had done the machines, we went to the changing rooms and got changed into our swimming stuff. And then after we had done the machines in the gym, we had a shower before we went in the swimming pool. Later that evening we went in the swimming pool and then went into the jacuzzi. Later that evening we went in the sauna before we went back in the swimming pool for a bit of a cool down. Suddenly we got out of the swimming pool and got our towels and went to the showers and had a shower. After we had our showers, I took my swimming shorts off and put my swimming shorts in the dryer so they could dry out as they were still really wet from swimming. Suddenly after I had dried my swimming shorts, I went to the locker that I shared with my PA and got my things out of my locker. However, things would start to go wrong for the right reason. My PA got his things out of the locker. Out of his locker that he was sharing with me. However, he realised something was missing, his black jeans. Suddenly after I was dressed, I tried helping my PA, but my PA asked someone that he thought he had lost his trousers, but he was told that they had been handed in. He was told then that they had been handed into reception. Suddenly there was real panic. It was meant to be seen that my PA would have to go home in his swimming shorts. However, we went to the reception desk and my PA asked the person who was on the reception desk and they gave him his black jeans. Then that he had come in when we went to Nutfield's. Later that evening I got on the bus back to my flat. However, I decided I would have fish and chips for my tea. So I called off at the bank and drew some money out of the bank before I went to buy my fish and chips. However, what I wasn't to know that they were about to close up for the night and I got served and paid the person behind the till. The money before I would have to pull the latch to open the door as the chip shop was closing. Later that evening I walked to my flat and had my fish and chips for tea. On Friday the 2nd of December I had my breakfast and then had a shower and got ready to go to bed at Tigers. Later that morning I waited for the bus, listening to my music on Spotify before my bus arrived. And I got on the bus to go into town. As I arrived into town I went for the tram that was going to Middlewood. The next hour I got the tram and then I arrived to Betty Tigers. So as I got to Betty Tigers I did the recycling and then took the recycling to Tesco. That needed to be done. After I had taken the recycling I went to Tesco and went to Tesco to buy some birthday cards and a sausage roll. After I'd been to take the recycling I arrived back to Betty Tigers and got on with the jobs that needed to be done. Later that afternoon I went back to Tesco and bought another birthday card, some batons, so the other people who I work with at Tigers they could have their lunch. I swept up with the hair. I swept up the hair that needed sweeping up. They made cups of tea. However, what I wasn't to know is that the tea bags were Lipton and that the tea didn't taste very nice. Later that afternoon, I went over to Tesco to get Doritos, a bottle of water, chicken and stuffing. That was part of the meal deal. After I'd been to Tesco, I gave the birthday card to the customer whose birthday was coming up. Later that afternoon, I ate my lunch before getting on with the task that needed to be done for the day. Suddenly, as the day went on, what I didn't realise is that we needed tea bags because the Lipton tea bags were not right for the people. Later that afternoon, I went to Tesco to get the Yorkshire tea bags. After I came back from Tesco, I put a CD on. Later that evening, I went to the Co-op to buy some more milk, cereal, ham, and the rest of the shopping that I needed to get. After I got home from the Co-op, I turned on the oven and cooked my tea. Chicken, kale, butter beans and sweet corn. The following evening I watched Nottingham Forest in Newcastle before watching Macclesfield and Oxford United on BBC Two in the second round of the FA Cup. Later that evening I watched fantasy football on Sky Sports 1. Later that evening I listened to my music on Spotify before having a shave, so I was clean shaven for Sunday. on Saturday, 3rd of December, I woke up and had my cereal before I opened my advent calendar. Later that morning, I left my flat and got the bus into town before I would change and catch a tram. Later that evening, I waited around and then headed towards the interchange. However, what wasn't known is what was going to happen next. Suddenly, the 52A arrived, and I got on the bus. However, what I didn't realise was the 52A was not going into town. So suddenly, I had to get off the bus. Later that evening, I walked back to the interchange, and this time I got on the 85 to go to town. So later that evening, I went to the Odeon to see Arrival. However, I used the bathroom before I went in to watch. However, I used the bathroom before I went in to watch the film. The end. Sam Jenkinson, we're done.
Yeah.
And the bus was going to Wisewood.